Hi everyone, it's JoJo from Mojo Jojo Plants, and today we're just going to be kind of talking through my planner lineup that I had for 2025 and kind of going over what's worked, what wasn't working, and what I'm hoping to kind of continue on for 2026 because you guys, I haven't even really sat down. I know I've bought multiple planners. I know I have a planner envy planner. I know I have multiple happy planners that now I have to figure out how to narrow down which one I'm going to use or which one I'm going to franken plan together, all of that good stuff. And then of course, like I think I chose a planner for my memory planner, but I don't know because honestly, I just shoved everything on a shelf, but then it's also gotten mixed up with stuff that I don't plan on using. And so I kind of just need to figure out what worked this year and what has been working in my planners this year. So that way, hopefully, maybe just talking out loud with you guys and kind of verbally processing it, which I am not a verbal processor, but I figured I would verbal process what's going on in my mind. So that way, when I do my video of my planner setup, we're not figuring that out then. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping I can kind of figure it out now. Sorry, I just noticed there's like a scuff mark on this cover, and that makes me so sad, and it's not coming off. I wonder if I use like a magic eraser if it will come off. I don't know what that is. I love this cover so much. Okay, so we're going to talk through all the planners. So for 2025, I used a Skinny Classic. I have my regular Classic Happy Planner. I have a big Happy Planner that I use for my memory planner. And then this year I tested out using a Planner Envy planner because it was the first time I've ever used this planner. I wanted to see how it worked for me, and I'm actually using two different layouts. There are two different parts to the way I have mine set up because I freaking plan them together. I'm using the signature layout, and then I have a regular vertical layout. So we're going to go over those things. Okay, so let's talk my normal. Let's talk what I know isn't going to change. My big happy planner for memory keeping. This is not going to change. I love doing it this way. I know there's other ways to memory plan. I also still have a lot of the memory keeping journals that Happy Planner came out with, like that have different sizes for pictures. I have one specifically that I'm saving to do our wedding with. Like, I need to go back. I don't have any of those pictures really printed. I really need to just go and commit to getting all the pictures printed, maybe look through that journal. So that'll hopefully be a 2026 goal, is to start working on one of those memory keepers from the Happy Planner. That way I can just do like kind of a theme of that book rather than having it be multiple things. But in general, I love the way I do my memory keeping. And I think I love it because it's easy for me to be consistent. This, out of all of my planners, this one is the one I am the absolute most consistent with. Like every single week, I am in this planner no matter what. And that's because I know if I miss a week, I won't remember what happened. Like my memory is horrible. Even sometimes looking at pictures, I'm like, I have no clue what we did. Like, and if I didn't take any pictures that week, then I'm really screwed and I don't know what happened. So this one I have been the most committed to. I've been doing a memory keeping journal or planner since when did I start? I started when Nay was born, and she was born in 2017. So 2027 will be 10 years. But this has just been the most easy one for me to keep up with because every Sunday night I print out all of the pictures, and I have a video of how I do my pictures. I will link it down in the description below. But I print out all my pictures on Sunday. So Monday through Sunday, right? All those pictures of that previous week on Sunday, I usually pick them up on Monday, and then I usually memory plan. I do this video on that Monday. And that kind of helps me make sure it's fresh in my mind. Otherwise, literally, if I wait any longer than that, and the only time I really ever do wait longer than that is if we're gone, like if we're out of town, and obviously I can't do that, then that's a different story. But usually I haven't had too much, but I know if I wait much longer than doing it on Monday, I'm going to have a really hard time remembering what happened the week before, because I have a hard time remembering what I had for lunch like 2 hours ago. You know what I mean? So this has just been the easiest planner for me to be consistent in. I send my pictures to Walgreens every Sunday. Sometimes I pick them up that night, and then sometimes I wait until Monday, especially if I know there's things happening Sunday night where I might have pictures. Sometimes I'll send them in late Sunday night. They're done early in the morning on Monday. I run and go pick them up. There's literally one 2 minutes away from my house. So it's not like super far, so it's easier for me to do that. And honestly, I like the quality of the pictures rather than printing them at home because I have a good printer, but not like a picture good printer. You know what I mean? So I'd much rather just like I pay like $2, and then I can pick the pictures that I want to use. And honestly, it would probably be a little less if I was a little bit pickier with the pictures, because sometimes I print out pictures that I don't end up using, and then I just have like stacks. Like I have in my desk. Hold on, it's right here. These are just like stacks of the pictures I didn't end up using in spreads. But that being said, I'm wanting to start doing my favorite memories page again, because I used to do that. And usually what I did with that is I did all the extra pictures that I thought worthwhile of getting printed out. I would make an extra page. So usually I would put it either at the front or at the end of the month. And then it would have just any pictures that I couldn't fit in a spread. Anything that I couldn't fit in here, I would put on that page. So I do want to start doing that. So that is something I do want to kind of go back to doing, because for some reason I kind of stopped doing that, because I think this year I was like, oh, I'm going to do a currently, which here's my currently for February. I don't know if I have one for January. At least it's not in here. So maybe it is. No, it's not. I don't have a currently for January. Interesting. But like I think I decided to do this. So I think in my mind, I was like, oh, I'm not doing the favorite memories, but I think I want to start doing that again. So it was just an extra sheet of paper, and then all the extra pictures that I had taken and gotten printed out. Usually I try to fit those on that page or pick the favorite ones. Sometimes I have pictures like this that are like of coffee cups, but I'm like, I have a memory with this where there was 4 of us sitting at a table and we each had 2 drinks. And so we had a billion drinks on our table. And some of us had 3 drinks, and it was just kind of funny of like, we're 4 people with like 12 drinks on the table kind of thing. But like, that's a memory. So I'm like, I probably would keep that picture anyway. So I think that would be the only thing I think I would add, not necessarily change, but just make sure I start doing in my memory planner. But this one has been the easiest planner to be the most consistent in, because again, every Sunday I send in my pictures, every Monday I do the memory keeping portion of it. And yeah, this is definitely like, I think out of all my planners, this one is my favorite, because it is something that like my daughter will be able to go back and she literally can see her entire life. I think I started when she was 3 weeks old, 4 weeks, 6 weeks. I want to say maybe 6 weeks. I'm trying to think of like what my first spread looks like. I'm pretty sure on there I put like 6 weeks old, but so she literally will be able to see her life. Like obviously a lot of them are like me, and sometimes she's like not even in pictures, like if we weren't around her. But for the most part, like she can literally see herself growing up from 6 weeks old. So I think that's pretty cool. I mean, as long as nothing happens to them. But again, this one has just been the most consistent planner to be in. So I use a big vertical happy planner, and I don't think I'm going to change that anytime soon. I don't remember. I don't know. I don't know if I bought one for this year. I think I might have been planning to redate an old planner that I had, because I had several from, like I loved several from that came out for 2025, but I don't know if I really liked any for 2026. So again, we'll go over that when I actually pick my planners, and I got to spend time going on my shelves and finding all the planners that I did purchase. But for the most part, this planner will stay the same. So big memory keeping planner. This one I know I have no notes, no issues with. My only thing was I just need to start doing my favorite memories page again. That way I can get all the extra pictures in here, because this planner also wasn't as thick. This is only half of my planner. I took the other half off for the rest of the year. So this is only through June, and then I'll put them on big discs for at the end of the year. But yeah, I have no notes for my memory planner. I think I'm pretty happy with that one. And it's just the most easiest to stay consistent with. And I'm kind of like, I'm in it now, like I'm in it forever. I'm going to keep doing it for as long as I can. Okay, let's talk about my main planner, which is my happy planner. This one is just hard. I love this planner, and that's just because I've been in a vertical happy planner since 2015. For 10 years, I've been in this style of planner. Yes, they have changed so much. I'm moved more to just loving just like blank, so that way I can create the spread and like what it's going to look like and all of that good stuff. Is this only half the plan? Oh yeah, this is only half the planner too. I was like, why is it starting in June? I love this planner, and it's one of those, I think it's hard because it's like, I just love being able to decorate this one. This is like my comfort zone, right? And I think I'm a person. Sorry, this is what happens when I'm verbally processing, because my brain is just like thinking of 10 billion things at the same time. And I got that ADHD too. So then it's just, it doesn't help. But I love having this one as more of like a comfort planner. Like, I know I'm gonna most likely like what I'm decorating in here. I know how I like to decorate in this planner. And it kind of has been one of those things where I just really like this one. And again, it's a good comfort zone. I can decorate this planner pretty quickly. I think most of the time when I do a spread, it doesn't take me more than 20 minutes unless I'm struggling with, usually it's the stickers that I'm struggling with. But I really, really do love this planner. And so it's one of those things of like, I don't think I ever want to stop using it, but I think it hasn't been a functional planner for me. I think right now it's kind of transitioned into more like that comfort zone. I just like to decorate it for a creative outlet. I think that's what this planner is kind of starting to move to. And so I think for 2026, I think I'm still going to keep a classic happy planner because I can't let it go. But I think instead of, right now, I have my Planner Envy mimicking this planner. And this is the one that I've kind of made sure I'm really consistent, or try to be consistent. There are some weeks where on Sunday I'm like, oh crap, I haven't written anything in here. And then I have to go back through and write all the things. But I think I'm kind of switching from having this one be my primary and kind of switching to the Planner Envy being my primary, and then this one being more for that creative outlet and just for my comfort zone. Because again, I have a very hard problem. Like, I have a hard time with change. When Gmail, I don't remember what it was, Gmail or even like my Shopify, like the back end website of that, they will move one button. And it's to the point where like I notice that button has moved because it's a button I'm using all the time. And it literally will bother me for the rest of the day. Like, I can't let it go. And then I think Gmail did the same thing where they changed either the layout of things or how things looked on the thing. And it bothered me. Like, I'm not good at change, you guys, like at all. Like, if for the rest of my life, I would be in this vertical basically. But I think I'm kind of transitioning into like knowing that it's no longer functional for me. Like, I'm not doing it for the function side of it. I'm doing it for the fun side of it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with having a planner that's more just for fun and to kind of play with, and then to look back at and look at all the fun, things that you did in your planner. So I think this one is going to kind of be moved to more, I'll still write plans in it, but it's going to be more of like that creative outlet, decorative, that kind of side, just to kind of please the fact that I don't want to let this planner style, like this planner type, go because I love this layout so much. So I think I'm going to stick with it, for whatever. So yeah, I mean, I love this planner. And I know the quality has changed over the years, blah, blah, blah. Like, I get it. Right now, like for me, it's just the layout. And I know there's other planners that's similar, but they start like they have 4 days on this side and 3, and that bothers me. Like, again, that's a change that I'm like, I don't want that change. And so I've just like, I like this planner. The quality honestly hasn't really bothered me because again, I'm not using it for super function. Like, I'm using it to just decorate and have fun with it. And I think that's kind of what it's started to transition to this year. So that's kind of what I'm thinking for my classic happy planner. Like, I'll still use one. It just won't be like, this is how I'm using my planner. Like, this is how I'm using my planner is like more of like a creative outlet, a place to decorate, my comfort decorative planner kind of thing. And maybe, who knows, I might move these two, I might merge some videos next year, and kind of move away from a video a day. I haven't decided. I feel like every time I'm like, I don't want to do a video a day. I think I started that at the beginning of this year and then I hated it. And then I went back to a video every single day. Or maybe I did that last year. I can't remember. Whenever I did that, I hated it. But I know it's like kind of redundant to have like 5 videos a week that's like just plan with me's of different planners. So let me know what you guys think. Do you like that it's like a separate, you can just go to like maybe that layout that you're using or that kind of planner that you're using? Or would it be okay to combine some videos, like if I combine this one with my Planner Envy, or if I combine, they'd be a little bit longer, but I can also put timestamps. So if you don't care about one planner, you can skip forward to the next planner. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of thinking of starting to combine some of my planner spreads together because I just feel like it's a lot of plan with me's and it doesn't leave me room, especially if I'm only giving 2 days of the week or 3 days of the week for like an extra video that's not a plan with me. It doesn't leave me a lot of room to do other things. So that's why I'm kind of thinking of like merging together. So let me know if that's something you guys would like to see. Would you rather see, do you like just having separate videos to where they're like short, you could just watch it and have that one spread, or would you like to see them kind of combined to where like I can put timestamps in the description and then I can say at the beginning, like this is the planner we're working on first, timestamps at the bottom for this planner if you want to just hop forward to that one. You know what I mean? So like there's that option. I haven't decided yet, but I think this one's just going to move to more like I'm decorating it just for fun. I haven't written. I haven't written in my November currently yet. I usually do that at the end of the month. I know we're technically at the end of the month, but I haven't written in it apparently according to now because we're not that far. But anyway, that's what I'm thinking for this planner. I think I've kind of realized it's no longer like I'm not using it for the function side of it anymore. And I haven't been for a little while. Again, I think it's just become more of a comfort zone, and I really just like decorating this planner in general, and I can't imagine not decorating this style. But I have like really liked the function better of the Planner Envy. So I think like that one's going to be my more like really nitty gritty like function stuff. Okay, so let's move to that one. So that's what I'm thinking for Classic Happy Planner. I love this planner. I still plan to use it. I think I've just kind of realized I'm okay with just using it more for fun and to decorate for fun for me. And then I'll still share that so you can see how to decorate things or get inspiration or whatever you guys use my videos for. But I will still do that. I think it's no longer going to be like I'm doing this because I need to look at my appointments and all that. Like I'm also going to have that in my other planner. So yeah, anyway. And then at the back, I had just all my extras pages, which I think I used a good majority of them. I have like my TV show. You guys, I only watched 3 shows all over, and I only watched New Girl once this year. I feel like that's a lie because I watched random episodes sporadically throughout the year, but once all the way through, I watched and I gave myself a lot of space because I was like, I am a show rewatcher to the core. Like, if I didn't have to watch anything else, I would just rewatch the same 10 shows over and over and over all year. But I only watched 3, and I'm so proud of myself. I watched a lot of new shows by myself. I really kicked it off in January, and I just like went hard. But I watched a lot of shows. My husband and I watched a lot of shows. I watched a lot of movies by myself at home, and then with the family, we did watch a lot of old movies. So I think this one I'm going to have to make a little bit bigger. And then we didn't see a ton of movies. We have 2 movies that we're seeing. Well, by the time this video goes up, we will have seen Wicked. And then, of course, we're going to take the kiddo to see Zootopia too. So, like, I'll have a couple more movies to stick in here and again, more shows and stuff. But I think overall, and then I watched all of the Marvel movies. I watched them all in order. So, yeah, I watched a lot of movies this year. I was really proud of myself. My bingo, I kind of did a good majority of things. I started my sleeve, which was one of the biggest things. There's still some things on here that I'm like, oh man, we did not do that, but we got to get on that. Of course, my nail trackers. I did read some books, and then I don't think we went to, I feel like we went to another concert, but I didn't write it down. I'm going to have to look through my memory planner to figure that out. I did not use this one. So I might just like take that and then put a 2026. And then I forgot to write some of our date nights. And then of course I didn't do my car one again for the second year in a row. I think I made this one in 2023 or 2024. And then pet stuff, I just forget. Like some things I just kind of forgot about. But I did use a lot of the trackers. I've really been into tracking things. And stay tuned for that video because I have a lot of more ideas of things that you can track and make fun pages so that way you can use your stickers. I will have another one of those videos up in December because I did really, really enjoy doing that. But yeah, so anyway, overall, I really love this planner. And so I think I'll still have my Classic Happy Planner. I think it's just the purpose of it is starting to change. And now we're going to kind of talk about my Planner Envy planner. So this is a new new to me planner. This was my first year using this planner. I loved this planner. I think this planner is great. I used 2 different layouts, so I'm going to show you. I had to pick a page where I didn't write like random. Do not look at my handwriting. This is like my I scribble in. And also like some weeks are filled in way more than other weeks, but this was just like the most like clean, not clean, but like this one didn't have like information that I don't need to share here. But I really like this because like every day I'll write like what I need to do and then I can mark it off. And then if I'm out of office, and I would just put that. I use the monthly as like a tracker for sales. So that way I could see where things were at. So I do really like this one. I did buy another one for 2026. This one I don't decorate sometimes. And then I do use this. I just didn't that week because I don't think it was like a super crazy week. But I have been using this, and then sometimes I'll use the tracker. I just didn't have a week that I could show you that didn't have information on it that I don't need to share right now. And then I Franken-planned it with another planner. So this is the one that you guys have seen. This is the one I've been decorating, and that has been mimicking my classic planner. I really, really like this planner. I love that there's so much space in here because I don't use these checklists. I've never used. I'm not a checklist person. It's very rare. Special occasions like a trip or something coming up, sure, I'll use a checklist. But I think like things like this, I don't look at the monthly. Like I don't pay attention to the monthly. I kind of just go to the week. This is more of just like a good way to overview for me. But I'm not like reliant on my monthly. But I love this planner because it is much bigger. Size comparison to, again, it is bigger than a Happy Planner. So if you like the size of a Happy Planner, you don't want to go much bigger. It is smaller than a big, but it's still, I think it's like wider too. But you just get a lot more space in this one. Now this planner, again, I wasn't using to its full capacity because I was kind of really focusing on my classic Happy Planner. I just couldn't give my all to this planner. There are some pages in here that I really, really want to use for 2026. There's a self-care, there's a budget, which we have to start getting on. And this is every single month. So I really want to start being able to utilize these thingies because I 100% just said thingies. But I really want to start being able to utilize these. I just didn't have the capacity to do this and also really focus on my Happy Planner with the other stuff I was doing with there. So I think I'm going to focus more on actually filling these in for 2026 because I did not this year. But again, this planner just has so much more space, which I've absolutely loved. And I kind of figured out, I might have said this a while ago, because I kind of figured out what I wanted to do with this planner a while ago. And it also has like, this is their currently version. It's a little bit different. I kind of figured out I want to use this as obviously my functional. I've been using this bottom section as a feelings tracker, which has been so helpful. So I'm planning to keep that. But also I love that this has lines in it. And I thought it would be really fun to kind of journal each day. And that doesn't mean like full on sentences. It might mean like this was what the weather was like. Today was rough. And then that way I have like a little bit more context. And then it'll also be kind of, because I have been using, like I do use my planner as kind of a helper when I'm memory planning, because sometimes I don't remember what we did that day. And I'm like, what appointments did we have this week? So I will kind of look, but I think in here, because it has lines, and obviously some of these I kind of filled in, but I can kind of write around some of the stickers. Like I'm not planning to do like full on pages and pages of journaling, but I do think it'll be fun to kind of utilize some of these lines and kind of write just a little bit of a blurb about the day, like something so simple, like even just the weather, like the weather was crappy today and I feel like I didn't get anything done, or some kind of short thing. So I can just add little things in here. So I kind of want to start using this as more of like I was going to say a planner journal. I don't know what it would be called, but I don't know. You guys, I don't know. I'm just processing out loud with you, but that's kind of what I'm thinking, because I love that this has lines. So, and I did get this layout as well. So I'm going to kind of do the same thing, Franken-plan them together. That way I have my work planner, and then I'll have like the planner that I'm really trying to focus on. And then again, I like this one because there is so much space. I feel like I have a lot more room to decorate and to have fun in this planner. And then maybe we'll actually start utilizing these things over here as well for whatever's going on in the week. But I just think because it has lines, every time I see somebody that has like written, like full on just like written in their planner, like around their plans. I'm like, I absolutely love that. And I want to be able to do that. But I think I have to kind of let go of having my classic be my priority and then treat this one more of like a priority. Because this one was kind of just like I'm decorating it for fun. But I didn't really go in and do anything else in here. So I might not be putting as many stickers in here so that way I can allow myself to do that, but then I can always go back in and kind of fill in if for some reason I wasn't doing that. So I think that's my plan for the Planner Envy planner, is kind of moving this one to my primary, having my classic happy planner be just like my fun planner, just for fun, and because I can't let it go kind of planner. And then really trying to focus more on utilizing all the tools that are actually in this planner, because this is a great planner. And if you're looking for a quality planner, this is really great quality. I mean, this is basically cardstock, you guys. Like, this is some thick paper. Obviously, if you go in with like a marker pen, it's going to kind of shadow through, but it's way, way thicker than Happy Planner. I think my only beef with this one is it's like an off-white. And so when I'm using stickers, like usually the Happy Planner stickers in here, I feel like these printable stickers are fine. But sometimes when I'm using Happy Planner stickers, like the two whites are different and it kind of bothers me. So I think that's like my only real beef with this planner. And then again, it is a little bit bigger. So if you're like looking for a planner that you can take with you, this one definitely is going to make that a little bit harder. And so I think that kind of comes into play too. If I ever need to take my planner with me, I probably would take this one because it's still going to have all the same things in it. I'm just going to prioritize putting more effort and time into my Planner Envy planner. And then this one can be like still like my travel one if I'm wanting to, because usually like, I like to put notebook pages, and usually I just take out the week and then put it in a notebook and then have that. And with this, I could do that, but I kind of would have to make one on the side. And then again, it's a little bit bigger, so I don't know if it'll fit in some of my backpacks. I already kind of have a hard time with my classic Happy Planner, so I don't really know for this one. So that's what I'm thinking for my Planner Envy. I think this one's going to kind of move to a primary. That's my thoughts. Okay, and then the last planner I have is the Skinny. I love the Skinny, but I'm going to be real honest with you. This one is like my last priority to write in. This one is the one sometimes at the end of the month, I'm like, oh crap, I haven't written any of my plans in here. Really, the only time I have been really consistent with writing the plans in here has been if I know I need to take this with me. So this has been my on-the-go planner. I don't take it everywhere. I don't even carry a purse. Like right now, I'm kind of in a season. When we went to California in October, I switched my phone case and now I have like my wallet on my phone. And so now I'm just like not taking a purse like anywhere. So currently I don't even take a purse. So I don't really have a way. But before that, when I was taking a purse and I knew I was going somewhere where I was going to probably have to make another appointment, I would take this with me just so I had it. And then usually like a sticky note, because, I'm not going to just write it in here cold turkey. I'm going to put it on a sticky note, but that way I can at least look at whatever I had planned already. But yeah, this one I think is another one where I think it's a little bit more of a decorating for fun. I moved from a Skinny Mini last year to this one because it's been a while since I have decorated a Skinny Classic. And so I was like, let's go back to a Skinny Mini because Skinny Classic, because I was in a Skinny Mini for a little while. And I think next year, I'm going to go back. I know I bought some Skinny Minis, so I actually might go back to a Skinny Mini. Because this one is basically like my classic, like it's half the size of a classic Happy Planner. And I just don't need that much space. Like there are some days where there's a lot, but now I'm really starting to have fun with my mini stickers. And so I don't know. I think I might, and I even have some printables. Like this is another size that I have the printables printed at. They're teeny tiny. Like, look at it. It's so tiny. And I have so many of these printed. And so I'm like, those will be great for a Skinny Mini. So I think I'm going to actually switch back to a Skinny Mini for 2026. And that one might just be a creative outlet. So maybe if anything, I'll probably combine that one with my classic Happy Planner. Those would probably be the two videos that would get mushed back together again. And I know I did that at some point, either this year or I did it last year. But that's probably what I would do, because I think those ones are going to be more just like creative outlet, have fun in two different planners and decorate them. So I don't know, you guys. I don't want to let go of doing the minis because I feel like the minis and like the smaller sizes do challenge me a little bit more. of how can I fit these big stickers in something that needs smaller stickers and still have room to put in whatever plan. So it is fun to try to figure that out. And so I have had fun, with this planner in general. I just don't know if I want to do a classic size again. I think I want to go back to a skinny mini. So I think that might be what's changing for that one. I don't know. I really just like having, this is decorating planners is my creative outlet. I'm not dancing as much. I'm actually taking a time off from dancing with my dance company. I'll still be choreographing and be a part of that and all of that good stuff, but I won't be physically dancing. So I'm like, I need an outlet. And when I first started planning, this was it was around the time it was my husband and I had just gotten married, was trying to figure out life. I didn't have time to dance as much because I was working 2 jobs. My husband was working and going to school. And so I kind of turned to planning as my new creative outlet because I needed something to kind of take over the dance side of life for me. And so that's kind of still just what this is. And I just love being able to decorate. Even if it's not super functional to me, it's fun to decorate. And again, I have a bajillion stickers. And so it's if I don't have more than one planner, it's literally going to be impossible for me to use any of them. So anyway, I think that's kind of what this planner might be transitioning to too, is just more of a fun, but I think I'm going to go back to a skinny. I don't know. I'm conflicted. I'm still thinking about that one. So anyway, so those are my thoughts on what kind of worked in planners. I mean, really the only one that worked is my Planner Envy and the Memory Planner. And obviously if I had to absolutely say I have to give up some planners, I'd probably just suck it up and do that, but I don't have to do that, so I'm not going to. I'm still planning to use all these planners to some capacity because, again, I just really like decorating. I have thought about doing the whole, decorate an undated planner and give it away. I think that would be fun, too. And so that's definitely a possibility, and maybe I just don't write in this one. In the classic size and just have it decorated, and maybe at the end of the year it gets given away. I don't know, but it's I'm still going to put boxes probably where my plans would be, but then that would mean the person that gets it has to kind of figure out how to fill in those same boxes. I don't know. There's just a lot, you just don't know other people's lives, and what if you don't need that many boxes, but I need that many boxes? I don't know. There's a lot of things to still think about, but I kind of wanted to just process out loud with you what I'm thinking. And then the next time we have this talk, I'll be sharing my new planners, and then we'll be getting them all set up for 2026 because I am behind. I really need to figure that out. So I was like, I need to do at least this video and talk it through with you guys to see maybe your thoughts and what you guys are thinking. Again, just, I don't know, you guys. I'm just this is the first year where I'm I don't know what I want. I kind of know because I bought things, but I'm also I bought more than I should have. And so now I'm oh shoot, I really don't know. So so I just wanted to kind of process with you what I'm thinking. Memory planner, check. I'm happy with that one. Planner Envy, the 2 layouts, I'm really happy with those. This one, these are just comforts at this point that I don't necessarily want to get rid of yet. Maybe next year, maybe at the end of next year, I'll be a little bit more willing. I don't know. I'm not ready. There's been so much change happening this year. I'm I don't think I have the capacity to change something else right now. So anyway, if you have been struggling with trying to figure out your planner lineup and just trying to figure out what's working for you, I hope this is kind of helpful, just talking it through. Again, I think it's 100% okay to have a planner that's more functional for you and a planner that's just for fun. I feel it's fine. I know I see so many people why do you have so many planners? But if they all have a different purpose and it matters to you, then why does it matter why you have a bunch of planners? You know what I mean? I'm doing it because this brings me joy and I like to do these things. So I think that's why. So anyway, let me know. Again, I think I'm going to kind of combine. It would probably be my classic, and then if I do a skinny mini or if I stay with the skinny classic. I don't know if I even bought a skinny classic. I think I just bought a skinny mini, so maybe that will determine it for me because I don't even know if I have one. But I probably am going to combine those. I don't know if I would combine anything else, but let me know if that's something that you are open to, or do you really like having separate, and then that way you can just go to that. But if there's a timestamp, does it matter? You know what I mean? I don't know. So let me know, because I'm trying to decide how I'm going to do videos next year. Because I think I do in general need to kind of cut back. I don't know if I want to do every single day, or I want to be able to have more openness to have room for extra things that come up. And I feel like this year I kind of had to like shift things around a lot in order to make some things work, and then some things came out later than I wanted to. So yeah, I'm still just trying to figure that life out. But let me know what you guys are thinking. This is what I'm thinking as far as how my 2025 planners went. I think overall, like, I'm happy with it. I think I kind of just realized different things with each of them of like, okay, like, I think this might be better to shift to for 2026. So anyway, I hope this was helpful to someone. And then if not, sorry. But thanks for sitting here and just listening to me struggle as I try to figure out things. And now I need to go look for all the planners that I bought and figure out what I'm going to do for my planner lineup so I can get that video for you guys ready and we can start setting up our planners. And then again, I'll do some extra pages because I need to make a bunch. Some of them are definitely going to be repeats because some of them are my favorite, like all the movies, the TV shows, the nail. But I have some ideas for some other ones that I'm thinking of tracking as well. So definitely stay tuned for those things coming up. December is going to be a busy month of really just trying to get prepped for 2026 in our planners. So anyway, guys, I so hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to give a thumbs up and subscribe, and I hope I'll see you in my next one. Bye.